Good day, everyone. My name is Azri and today I will be presenting Chapter 3 of our course, Plant Morphology and Anatomy. This session will explore how plants are structured both inside and outside to survive and thrive in their environments. To begin, let's define our two core areas of study. Plant morphology is the study of external structure and appearance of plants, and plant anatomy is the study of internal structure of plants. While both fields are related, they differ in scale and methods. Morphology deals with large-scale observation, what you can see with the naked eye. Anatomy is microscopic, requiring sectioning and staining to reveal internal cell. Think of morphology as looking at the shape of a flower, while anatomy is looking at the cells inside its petal. Understanding this structure is vital for four main reasons. Identification. It allows us to classify and name species accurately. Evolution. It shows how plants adapt over millions of years. Agriculture. It helps us improve crop yields and pest control. Medicine. It assists in identifying bioactive compounds in medical plants. A plant is generally divided into two systems. The root system nurtures the plant and absorbs water from the soil, and the shoot system is everything you see above ground: the stem, leaf, and reproductive organ like flowers and fruit. Leaves are the powerhouse of the plant. They perform three critical functions: photosynthesis to create food, transpiration to move water, and gas exchange, taking in CO2 and replacing the oxygen we breathe. A typical leaf consists of the lamina, or the flat green blade, the petiole, which is the stalk connecting the blade to the stem, and the leaf base, where the attachment occurs. We classify leaf as simple ones, undivided blade or compound, divided into leaflets. We also look at venation. Reticulate patterns are common in dicots, while parallel veins are the hallmark of monocot like grasses. Leaf modification. Support techniques for climbing, such as bees, defense spines for protection, cactus storage fresh leaf for storing food, water, insectary, specialized traps to catch insects. And now we are at root morphology. Root morphology have two types of roots. The first one is taproot system, a single dominant primary root that grows dormant with smaller lateral roots. The root is common in dicots, for example carrots, and the other one is fibrous root system, many similar sized roots developing from the same base. This is for the dicots, and the example is grasses. God's region. For the worst one is the root cap. It protects the tip as it moves through soil, and this merismatic region, area of active cell division, and region of elongation responsible for growth in leg, and region of maturation where cell differentiate and hairs for absorption. Modification of roots. Roots can adapt for food storage, supports, or respiration. Stem morphology. The core functions is supports. It support by hold leaf up to light and elevates flower for pollination. And for the transport, the vascular tissue conduct water and move nutrient between roots and leaf. For the production, it develops new leaf and branch and flowers. As you can see, the image beside it. To the next one, stem structure. It have nodes, the specific areas where leaf attach. Internodes, the region of the stem between two nodes, buds, dormant, shoot, located at nodes. At the stem types, we have two herbaceous, soft, non-woody stem, such as soft sunflower, and woody, hard stem with secondary growth, such as trees. Stem modification. Food storage. Underground stems like rhizome, ginkgo, and tuberous potatoes. Supports and defend. Stem detritus for climbing and thorns for protection. Vegetative propagation. Specialized steps like runners, stolons, and offsets help plants spread to new areas. And right now we are at flower morphology. In this picture, we will see this is stamen is the male gamete and pistil is female gamete. The stigma, style, pedicle, petals, sepal, and receptacle. For sepal and petal, sepal is for protection and petal is for attraction. The sepal is part of the calyx and usually green and leaf-like and is protect the flower buds before it's open. As you can see, the sepal is at the back of the flower and petal part of the corolla and usually bright colored and attracts pollinators such as insects and birds. Is in the flower. Androecium, male flowers bud, is made up of stamens. Each stamen has two parts. Anthers produce pollen grains and filaments hold up and supports the anther. Gynoecium, female flower buds, it is made up of carpels and pistil. Each carpel and pistil has three main parts. For the first one is stigma, sticky tip that receive pollen, and second is style, a tube that connects stigma to ovary, and the third one is ovary, contains ovule which develops into seeds after fertilization. Fertilization. Pollination occurs when pollen lands on the stigma. The pollen tube goes down to the ovule, and fertilization happens when the male and female gametes fuse. The ovary develops into a fruit. And the fruit morphology. Fruit is a matured ovary that holds seeds. It grows after a flower is fertilized to protect the seeds um, and help spread them via animals, wine, or water. And types of fruits, we have three types, such as simple fruit, grow from an ovary of one flower, for example, apple, tomato, and cherry, and aggregate fruit, grow from many ovaries of one flower, for example, strawberry and raspberry. And the third one is multiple fruit, grow from a cluster of many flowers that fuse together, for example, honeypot. Fruit and seed anatomy. As you can see in the right, this is image. Fruit is the mature ovary from after fertilization. It protects the seed and help in dispersal. Fourth wall is called pericarp with three layers: epicap, outer skin; mesocap, fleshy edible part; and endocap, inner stony wall. Seeds develop from the ovule after fertilization. Main part of the seeds is embryo, baby plant; endosperm reserve foods, and seed coat protect the seed. The embryo function young plant inside the plant or cotyledon stores food for the embryo. And right now we are at 3.3 Introduction to Plant Tissue. Plant tissues are a specialized group of cells that perform specific functions. They form the foundation of plant structure and physiology. This remarkable cellular organization enables plants to grow, reproduce, and adapt to diverse environments across our planet. General function of plant tissue, we have four. The first one is protection. Epidermal tissue shields against physical damage, pathogens, and water loss. The second one is transport. Vascular tissues move water, nutrients, and sugar throughout the plant. And photosynthesis, specialized tissues capture sunlight and convert it to chemical energy. And the last one is storage. Dedicated tissues store water, carbohydrate, and other essential compounds. Next slide is unique features of plant tissue. For the first one, we have cell walls, which is structure composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin, provide shape, support, and protection. And the second one, we have plasmodesmata, microscopic channels that connect adjacent cells, allow direct communication and transport within the cell. And the third one, totipotency, the remarkable ability of many major plant cells to differentiate. They can divide to meristematic cell and vacuoles, large water-filled organelles that maintain turgor pressure. They also nutrients and waste products. Tissue development and differentiation. Tissue development starts from merismatic cell. The cells divide actively to produce new cell. Cell differentiation is the process where cells become specialized in structure and function. Differentiate cells from different tissues such as xylem, phloem, epidermis, and cortex. Tissue development has plant room to transport material and perform specific functions. Meristematic tissues consist of actively of dividing cells. It is impossible for plant growth. Cells are small, with dense wall and a large nucleus. Types of meristematic. Therefore, we have three types of meristematic tissue. The first one is apical meristem, grow in leg, roots, and shoot. For the second one is lateral meristem, growth in thickness, and the third one is intercalary meristem, growth at nodes or base of leaf. Apical meristem. There are two types of apical meristem. First one is shoot apical meristem or SAM. Is located at the tip of the shoot and responsible for increase in shoot length. It forms leaf, stem, branch, and flowers. The second was a root apical meristem, aka RAM. It is located at the tip of the root, responsible for increase in root length, produces new root tissues, and help the root grow into the soil. Lateral meristem. Lateral meristem is found along the sides of stems and roots, responsible for secondary growth, increasing the thickness of the plant. And it has two, such as cambium produce xylem and phloem, and cocambium produce protective outer covering. Let's look at the vascular and cocambium. Vascular cambium is found between xylem and phloem in the stem and roots. It produces secondary xylem inside and secondary phloem outside. It also helps in increasing the thickness of the plant. The second one is cocambium. Cocambium found in the outer layer of stem and root. It produces cork cells that form the protective outer covering. It's called a bud. It's a thick skin outside the stem, and it also protects the plant from water loss and injury. Intercalary meristem is found at the base of leaves of internode in some plants, such as grasses. It is also responsible for growth in leaf at specific points and helps in regeneration of damaged parts and rapid elongation of stems and leaf. Next one is permanent tissue. The definition permanent tissue are a group of mature, differentiate plant cells that have lost the ability to divide and perform specific function. For the function, it can support storage, photosynthesis, protection, and transport. It has, for the first one is simple tissue. It has three in it. For the first one is parenchyma, thin walled living cells with large vacuole, and its function is storage of food and water, photosynthesis, and wound healing. For the second one is collenchyma, living cells with unavailing thickened walls, and it provides flexible supports to young stems and leaves. The third one is sclerenchyma. It's obviously thick-walled and usually dead cells with lignin. Its function is mechanical support and protection, and the form fibers, long slender cells, and sclerates hard stone-like cells. Complex tissue. Xylems, composed of tracheates, vessels, xylem, parenchyma, and fibers. Its function is transport water and mineral from roots to other parts of the plant. It also provide mechanical support. And the phloem, composed of sieve tube element companion cells from parenchyma and fibers. Its function is transport organic food, mainly sugar from leaf to other part. The next one we have epidermal tissue system. The dermal tissue system forms the outer protective covering of the plant. It protects the plant from water loss, injury, and infection. epidermis, single layer of cells covering leaf, stem, and root, covering with a cuticle that reduces water loss. It also contains stomata for extension, transpiration, for for its it also has roots has increased water and mineral absorption. Stomata is for photosynthesis. Periodontal happen in all the stems and roots, replace epidermis during secondary growth, and made of cork cambium and fennicle. It also provides protection and prevents water loss, as you can see in the image beside me. And the two of it its function. The first is protection and regulation. The second one is regulation of gas exchange. And the third one is control of water loss. And the fourth, absorption of water and minerals. We are at 3.4 plant adaptation. Plant adaptation is the special feature that help plants survive in their environment. Adaptation may be structured, physiological, or behavioral. There are three types of plant adaptation. The first one is xerophytes. Xerophytes are plants adapt to live in dry or desert conditions. They have special features to reduce water loss and store water. The adaptation in roots, stems, and leaf is thick cuticle to reduce evaporation, reduce leaf or leaf modified into spines, sunken stomata to reduce transpiration, deep or widespread roots to absorb water, and fleshy stems or leaf for water storage. For example, cactus, aloe, and deadpan. The second one is hydropietes. Hydropietes are plants adapt to live in water or very wet habitats. They have special features to survive in aquatic conditions. The adaptation for three organs is large airspace, parenchyma for buoyancy, thin or no cuticle, poorly developed roots for anchorage only, broadleaf with stomata on the upper surface, floating plants, and flexible stems to withstand water movement. For example, lotus, water hyacinth, and hydrilla. The next one is mesophytes. Mesophytes are plants adapted to live in moderate environmental conditions. They grow in areas with adequate water characteristic water supply. The adaptation is well developed root system. Live which moderate cuticle, normal number and position of stomata, no special water storage, or extreme water saving structure. For example, sunflower, rose, and mango. We are at the end of the presentation, and its conclusion is the diversity in plant adaptation shows how plants adjust their structure and function to survive in different environments. Variation in roots, stems, and leaves help plants adapt to dry, wet, or moderate conditions. This diversity ensures efficient use of resource protection and reproduction, allowing plants to grow successfully in a wide range of habitats. It's all from me. Thank you. I hope this information is useful. Goodbye.